Hello everyone, Orky here, and welcome back to another Girls Frontline 2 video. So I just wanted to go through step by step on how to reroll for Girls Frontline 2, and we're going to start off with setting up the multi-instance. So we'll be going with LDplayer, the emulator, and basically the emulator is basically you're setting up an Android device on your PC, and you'll be setting up multiple instances of them. That way you can reroll multiple times at once, so saving you both time and sanity, I guess. Alright, so you download the LDplayer, which we've already done, and you want to open up the multiplayer, LD multiplayer. So it'll come up like this. I just did add instance, I set up a new instance there, and this is my test. So what I want to do at the very start is I want to log in into, actually I'm not sure if it's on the LD store, let me just double check there. Alright, perfect. So I search up the LD store, Girls Frontline 2 is here, so we'll click on install. Oh yeah, we need to sign in. Alright, so we've signed in to the Play Store. We just click on install, and I'll just do a quick jump until it's all finally installed. Okay, so this is finally installed, so we'll click on play. And we won't touch anything multi-instance for now. We'll just set up, this will be essentially our master version. So it's basically like a clean version where we haven't logged in or done anything. Yep, so we just go through and accept everything, you know, usual terms and conditions. And here's the 12.8 gigabytes. So we'll click confirm on that, and it will just start downloading. And yeah, this will be a very long wait. So, oh, okay, we'll go with Japanese there. And let me just skip to the end of this downloading process. So I've just jumped to the actual master version here, which has finished downloading all the resources, all 12 gigabytes of it. So you don't want to press start and log in, so don't even click play a guest or Sunborn ID or anything. We actually want to close this instance. So this will be our clean version of the game, where it doesn't have any guest cookies or anything there. And we want to select this and click on batch here. So we want to do batch clone 5 LD players. So this is what I've done here. Basically what it means is we're duplicating, making a copy of this master version into 5 other different instances. So these are 5 other devices there. You also want to change the settings. So I've changed the FPS to 30 FPS, disable the sound using less graphics and RAM. Virtual disk, I'm doing high. Grid arrangement. Yeah, so what I want to do here, just to show you guys, is for example, if I wanted to launch, let me just batch launch. Yeah, so start selected. So start these 5 LD player instances at a 5-second interval. So they'll start opening one by one every 5 seconds. This is going to lag my PC a bit, so you'll need quite a high-end PC to do multiple instances here. And yeah, they're just slowly opening one by one. So where is my multiple instances? So here I go to, and I want to click this icon to arrange my windows into separate grids. And what I also want to do is, let's say this 5th one is the main control I want to run for the game. So I'll just make this one bigger, so we can see it bigger here on the screen. So over here on the more features side, there's an option called Synchronizer. So what Synchronizer does is it makes all the other instances copy the same keystrokes and mouse clicks as this one that we're using. So if I click start syncing here, that means if I click this one, you can see all the other instances, they weren't all the same, they're doing all the same movement. So this is when I want to click on my game here, and this is where I want to log in, play as guest, and start going through and playing the actual game. And depending on your PC and how good its specs are, you can open up maybe even like 8, 9, 15 instances. So that way you're playing through all these instances at a time. There might be a bit of lag if you're playing a lot of instances, so you have to take it slow. So you can't be like, oh, this button's already appeared, I click on this. You have to wait until they all load. See, my PC's, spending its time loading through the game. That one's already loaded, but we still got the second, third, fourth, and the main one I'm playing. So that's what we want to do there. And if you happen to like click on this screen but it doesn't work on the others, then yeah, you might have to go back and click on some of the instances manually. So let me just go through and press start. Oh wow, okay. Yeah, so, and then this is where I'll click, play as guest and continue on with the game. We can see that, everything's here working as synchronized. Yep, there we go. And when we click back into the LD player, it's all synchronized as well. So that's what we want. And yeah, you can just imagine us playing through the game for that, was it like 12 or 15 minutes for the reroll? And here it didn't really sync up. So what did I do? I just closed the settings there. I don't think that actually synchronizes on that section there. So I have to go back and manually exit out. So I hope that is a pretty good like step-by-step guide on how to set this up. And if you do see any rerolls that you want, that's when you want to do the salted email process. So you'll go back into the game and you want to actually link that to a Sunborn ID. So how this Sunborn ID and salted email process works is after you see a reroll that you like, you might want to save it up for later. So for example, I'll put in my email address, for example, abc@gmail.com. And you can see it copies over. So you want to pause the synchronization so it doesn't copy it onto like every single instance. So we'll click pause here, abc@gmail.com. So say this is your first instance that you want to save, so we'll put down that, and then we can continue on with the plus icon. So we can say it's +1 for the first one we're going to save. What I also like to do is I also like to say, for example, this instance 4. So we can see this is player 5 and this is 4. We'll just need to expand this because it's been put down as pretty small. So you can see this is LD player 4, and say this is the good instance that we want. We can do the salted email process and save it to a Sunborn ID. Otherwise, what we can also do is we can also create a group here, and I'll make this one the ones that have like good rerolls there. And I'll just like drag this instance into that folder. So I'll just move it to that group, good rerolls, and I'll rename it like Suomi, like 1 copy essentially. And I didn't get anything else, so that will be my Suomi. So I can close this instance, and so that will be one that I've done a pretty decent reroll that I might continue on later on. And then yeah, that means that I have less instances to play with, so I keep going and go through with a batch clone of 5 more instances using our first clean instance, which is the master there. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Let me know if you have any questions about all this. Keep in mind, it does take a bit of time to go through the batch clone process because of how big the game is. Does it actually tell us how big the game, how much usage? Storage usage. Yeah, so it's like what, 8 gigabytes per instance, I believe, at least, because it also needs a system file. So I'm pretty sure each clone is probably around like 10 gigabytes. So it's going to also take a large number of space. So what you might want to do is just save the ones that you want with this salted email, and click on sign up. It'll send a code to that email. It all goes through to the same email, even when it's like +1, +2 at the end. Google likes to recognize those that way, so Gmail is amazing for doing this process. And then we can, delete this instance if we don't want there. And that's all there is to it. Good luck re-rolling. Follow my re-roll guide, or there's so many re-roll guides out there. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.